I really thrive under pressure. I always want to be more disciplined or be more self-learned.
You really value that personal growth.
I wanted to have my own business. So you just put it there, give it a
What's happening?
It's been some dark nights in the kitchen. I don't know what I started, but it's dangerous.
Hi, I'm Melina Reddy and welcome to Foreign Influence.
Little bit. It doesn't.
Really good. Drama, controversy.
So she was the driver for getting back to his physical back.
He's gonna love to design all that thing. People who trusted me with sharing their stories. Hey, I'm Melina Reddy and welcome to Foreign Influence. You cannot buy happiness, but you can buy dessert. And that's pretty close. Today we are joined by an extraordinary dessert creator, Anthony, who is also known on Instagram as the Doughnut Daddy. Not ready yet? This is so awesome! Anthony, welcome to Foreign Influence.
No worries, thank you for having me.
It's so exciting to have you.
Yeah.
And it's dessert o'clock time.
Yeah, that's right.
What are we making today?
We're making a nice classic original glazed donut. We're going to fill it with some pastry cream. We're going to have a vanilla bean glaze, and we're also going to have decorate it with a bit of raspberry puree and also mascarpone quenelle on top with a freeze-dried raspberry. Very simple, but it'll be very nice.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it.
I've got 800 grams of strong bread flour. Put that in our mixer. We're using a dough hook to mix the dough. Now I've also got sugar, so we're going to add that in there. So that's just caster sugar, granulated sugar. Got some sea salt and some dough improver. So we're going to add that into our dry mix. I'm just going to go ahead and mix that on slow, just to combine it in there. Now, and while that's combining, I'm going to get our water in there. So just room temperature water. If you got filtered water, it's better, but today we're just using extra fluoride tap water.
Okay.
So we're just going to mix that till it's nice and combines.
Well, we're very lucky in Melbourne. The quality of the water is just
It's
amazing.
good. Oh yeah, for sure.
What are your cultural origins?
So my family is Italian and German. My dad's family's from Sicily. My mum's dad is from Germany, and my mum's mum is from Irish background. European background, basically. My Italian family are into a lot of food, and they have farms in Werribee. That inspired me to do food, I guess, because that's what they do. They're into farming. So we've got our dough in there. We're just mixing it now. It's going to get a bit thick, which is what you want. It's going to start to come together.
Wow. Wow.
Sometimes these KitchenAids can blow up randomly. Hopefully not today.
Oh, yes. Oh, maybe today is the day.
Room temperature butter.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the mix. The dough's getting a bit sticky now. So before it starts to get really combined, I'm gonna get our butter in there, mix that in there. So that's the dough, and it will start to come together a bit more. And this is just like a basic donut dough, which is pretty much the same as bread dough. You can make heaps of things out of this. You never know how a dough is gonna turn out. You know, sometimes you just gotta feel it. You gotta get in there. So you gotta check the temperature.
Yep. So what are we feeling right now?
So
the
right,
temperature.
yeah. So I'm just giving a little temperature check. I don't really want my dough going like over 30 degrees when I'm mixing it. It just starts to act funny with the yeast, which reminds me we forgot our yeast. So we're gonna add that in now before our dough doesn't rise.
Were you always interested in cooking as a child?
I was always into like food. Like I would always make my lunch. I wasn't like crazy into cooking. Like my brother was actually into cooking more than me.
Yeah.
Like when we were really young.
You were making yourself lunch. That's very impressive.
Yeah, when I was like, I started making my own lunch when I was like in primary school.
Your mom must have loved it.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, she
How
did
many
love it.
siblings do you have?
I got one brother. He's older, so he's about a year and a half older than me. At the end of school, I got a job in a restaurant. And then I just really enjoyed like the restaurant scene, talking to people, making the drinks. After doing that, I wanted to be like a restaurant manager. And I was studying at the time, I was doing business, and I wanted to have my own business, but I decided that I'm already doing this thing that I enjoy, I'm just gonna keep going with that. And then so I started my own business when I was like 22.
What was the business?
Well, that was Jammed.
Yeah,
we started.
and you still have it.
You still have it, yeah, which I'm surprised
great.
about. Jam's doing really well. Artisanal Danish donuts for festivals. But it took a long time to get into the good events, like getting into Queen Vic and understanding which festivals to go to and how much we can charge for catering. How's everyone doing today? This is my granddad's piano. Sometimes when I come in, I play a little tune to get the day going. It's missing a blank note though, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's try it. We'll just play something nice and simple, romantic.
It's actually incredible how I got in touch with you because our videographer, Yulia.
Yep.
Yulia, where are you? So this is Yulia. Yulia came across on Instagram your video reel and she sent it to me.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
she
Yeah.
says, this guy's amazing. So I just checked you out and I said, we've been buying donuts from him for years with my family.
Yeah.
And how many shops you've got? You've got one shop on Nepean Highway in
Yep.
Mentone.
And the Hawthorne shop as well, which we opened about 8 months ago. We need more staff to really, so we can open up more stores and get more better structures in place. But we also need better equipment to kind of expand this business or to bring down our staffing cost a little bit more because it is a tight margin in the industry. That's funny that you found me on Instagram. But that's cool. Yeah, a lot of people see my videos, online. A few are going viral now and again. It kind of gets my brand out there, which is good. Now our dough's looking pretty good, looking nice and silky. Still needs longer. We'll just do that window test again. So So basically you want to see how far you can stretch it without
without breaking
Yeah,
it.
let's have a look at that temperature.
27 degrees.
Yeah.
Where did you learn to cook?
Taught myself actually, and just from working in the industry for so long.
It takes a lot of dedication and perseverance
Yeah.
to learn things by yourself. So you're extremely
Yeah.
self-disciplined.
I think I am like in my head I'm like, no, I'm not self-disciplined at all. But then I realize, yeah, I do like that's how I learn. I always like want to be more disciplined or be more self-learned, if that makes sense. I probably could have saved a lot of time by doing a course or something like that, but I'd rather do like the hard way. So
The more adventurous way.
Yeah, the more adventurous
and more
way. Yeah.
satisfying as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, all we're doing, I mean, this stage is we're just letting it rise for a second time. Let's get our flour up bench a little bit, and all you want to do is like round your dough up on the edges so it's nice and smooth. So you just put it there, give it a
Whoa! What's happening? This is violent!
so
Is it necessary?
okay, so we do that for good luck, you know, but we just let this rise like this for a little bit. Once it rises a little bit more, we're gonna slap it down again, and we're gonna give it a bit more of a spank,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna cut our donuts for the second rise. So I'm just gonna cover it with a tea towel. Now we're gonna make the pastry cream. Now the pastry cream is very simple, yet, you know, very good. This is a very versatile thing. You can do a lot with pastry cream. So I've just got our milk. So we're gonna get that nice and hot. We're gonna heat that up. I got some vanilla beans. We're gonna put that in there as well. So we'll put that on medium heat.
Yeah.
We've got that vanilla bean pod. Now
Is that what they look like? I've
Yeah.
actually, can I touch it?
yeah.
I've actually never realized that that's what they look like.
Yeah, they're just like, smell very
Oh, they
potent.
smell beautiful.
Yeah, they're awesome, yeah.
That's very like liqueur.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna cut it open and get all the little pods out, and we're gonna put that in our milk. So you just slice it down the middle, and then all we're doing is getting all these little pods, and they're kind of tiny little beads, and we're just gonna put that straight in the milk. So you just get heaps of those in there. For the pastry cream, while that's getting hot, basically we've got our sugar and our corn flour.
Yeah.
So I've put that in a bowl ready to go, and we've got our just normal eggs,
Yeah.
free range, whatever, you know. And what we're gonna separate the whites from the yolk.
We will try.
That's it. That's nice.
I
That's
dropped
still
it.
good. That's all
I
right.
dropped it. Oh, here we go. I've recovered. Yes, success. So with your Instagram videos, how did that start?
I was making YouTube videos on how to make different things, different pastries, and on Instagram and TikTok, I needed to make like a short version.
Yeah.
Something to post on those channels. I saw that a lot of other creators were doing like really cool cinematic, sensual cooking, and I was kind of just inspired by that and wanting to put something on YouTube that was actually interesting. So I started making these kind of videos, and then after making them for a while, I just realized it was getting heaps of attention, you know, and then I just kind of kept doing that and kind of stopped doing the full-length YouTube videos because they were so, it was too hard to do both.
How do you come up with the style?
Yeah, honestly, I guess it kind of just comes down to like how I'm really feeling on that day and the recipe that I'm making.
So on an impulse.
Yeah, pretty much on an impulse, which is not really the best way to do things. Just gonna, I don't know why it's so thick. That's okay. Probably needed more egg yolk.
Your shop,
That's all right.
you named it Levain.
Yeah.
Levain.
Well, kind of in sourdough, but also rise in French. We really wanted the brand to be perceived like European pastries. Basically, we've got our egg mixture now with our sugar and corn flour, and we're just going to add a little bit of the hot milk. We're just tempering it in there, so we're adding like just 1/3 or 1/4,
Yeah.
and you just stir that quite fast because you don't want to cook your eggs. You don't want to turn into scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
So-
Well, see, they're bubbling up.
Yep. So get that nice. That gets a bit frothy, and then we pour the whole mixture back in to our milk, and then we're going to keep heating that until it like thickens up. And you got to actually stir this one constantly while it's on the heat, because it otherwise it'll stick to the pan.
How about, like, do you cook dinner for yourself on a daily basis?
Yeah, so that's my problem, I think. I think I spend too much time cooking and not enough time like buying food. I'm very picky with what I eat.
All right.
So I'm like super picky. I really like to eat like all organic, like super clean, right? And I just find it hard to eat out because of that. I still eat out, but like I'm just a bit picky with like kind of what I get.
Do you think that's something you were raised with, or is it something like that you really made that decision for yourself?
I like to think I made that decision, but yeah, no, like my mum was super into like cooking and organic food when I was younger. So I think that like influenced me. So the idea is as soon as it starts thickening up, you turn it off the heat and you keep stirring fast because you don't want to overcook it.
So this is our custard.
Yeah, this is the custard or pastry cream. So we're just getting 50 grams of butter and putting that straight in there. While it's hot, we want it to melt. And you can see all those vanilla beans as well.
Yes, I can. The little brown dots.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull that in our bowl.
It's looking fabulous.
There we go.
It's so good.
Not bad, huh? We get our Glad wrap, and you just want to put that over the top. You want to put it right so it doesn't form a skin, and then we'll let that cool, and then we can put that in the donut. So what we'll do is we'll move this aside. We'll get this dough. So we've got our dough. It's very soft, actually.
Fabulous.
All right. Give it a slap. You want to degas the dough. So we want to degas the dough a bit. So now I'm going to get a bit, All right, so I got a bit of flour. Just give that a sprinkle underneath. Because now we're going to roll it out.
So you're a sculptor right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can cut it into any shape you want. You can get different shaped donut cutters. For Valentine's Day, we do like the love heart ones.
Yeah.
Which is like awesome. People love that. So.
When you rock up to a family function, do you bring a box of donuts?
Oh, I have to. No, they expect me, so it's rude if I don't now.
Yeah.
So I have to, and they really expect more and more each year. The bigger the family grows. So I don't know what I started, but it's dangerous.
Hey, that's how it's made.
Yep. So we're going to cut that. So put a bit of flour here.
So how many years have you been making this now?
It's been about 7 years since I started making donuts. So quite a while.
Yeah, it is. You're a real pro now.
Yeah. It's been some dark nights in the kitchen. Some lonely nights.
Yes, according to your Instagram.
Yeah. So 67, that's about the same size as the donuts in the shop. We're just going to cover them up so they don't get a skin.
Yeah.
And then we're going to let that rise again. We're going to put it in a hot place. So I'm actually going to put it, the oven's only on like 40 degrees. So I'm just going to put it in there for about 15 minutes or so. The balls take longer.
You're a very busy man.
Yeah.
What other interviews have you done recently?
I recently got interviewed by Forbes.
Whoa.
Which was awesome, She just asked me a few questions about my business, about my online presence.
And of course, your appearance on Sunrise was incredible.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now, it's glaze, very simple. It's just super fine sugar, so soft icing sugar, soft icing mixture. You can use hot water or you can use like milk, depending on what you're doing. And all we're doing is adding a little bit. And the main thing is you just don't want to make it too thin, because when it's too thin...
That looks like snowflakes.
Yeah. If it's too thin, it gets lumpy. So you just keep adding a little bit and then keep it really thick. You just keep adding a little bit more until you get to the consistency you want.
Well, it looks like you have done it maybe once or twice before.
Yeah. Your oil's at 180. What I'll do is I'll just fry one, just to see how it comes out. Looking good. Looking nice and plump. Ready to fry. All right, so gonna fry that a minute each side. So get that glaze on top.
Nice. So Anthony, if you could pinpoint your most perfect moment, what would that be?
Most perfect moment. Wow. Okay, so it's a very tough question.
We are into tough questions here.
I really thrive under pressure. That's just who I am.
Your comfort zone.
That's my comfort zone. As long as I'm doing something that is challenging me, not necessarily in that challenge, I don't feel that good, right? But directly after that, there's like the instant gratification, then there's like the prolonged gratification. And seeing that my business works, or seeing that I do things that give me that long-term gratification, I feel like that kind of makes me the most happy, if that makes sense, because I know stuff I've been working on for a while. I've put in a lot of effort and it's given back to me. Or like seeing that my staff are learning and growing. I feel like those kind of things give me like that sense of happiness. It's like a weird delayed, obviously there's, you know, instant happiness is like eating chocolate or whatever it may be, right? But that kind of thing, just seeing something that I've created, like work. And I'd say that for my business, seeing that it works, or we've had like a successful weekend, or, you know, a profitable year. Those kind of things like give me a good sense of happiness. But it's hard to pinpoint like one moment.
So you really value that personal growth is very important to you.
And also just seeing like our customers happy with our service, our products. That's also a really good feeling too, knowing that we're giving back to people, you know, doing the hard work so they can enjoy a nice little, nice little treat, nice little donut as well. That's also really good. So we've got our pastry cream we made earlier. Nice and cool now. So we're going to fill the donut. So you just poke a hole in there.
It smells delicious.
Yeah.
The pillows of joy, as you call them in your videos.
When they're fresh, they're awesome. So we're going to fill that with the pastry cream.
Oh wow!
You want to fill it right to the brim.
Yes.
Sweet. So we got that.
Goodness. I am so excited. Yes. So excited.
If I open up my arms, I can see the sky.
Now we're just going to dust these with a bit of icing sugar.
See the sky. See the sky. Watch
Crushed pecans, roasted. Adds a bit of je ne sais quoi on top.
Fabulous.
For the final plating of our homemade donuts, we've got a little bit of raspberry puree here, and we've just done a nice circular design on the plate, just to represent our circular donut here.
Eternal love for the sweet tooth.
Very simple design. Very simple yet effective.
Yes.
Every stage of this donut took years of experience, really knowing how to feel when that dough's ready, and then getting that glaze with no lumps, nice and smooth, and then that nice little quenelle on top, and basically, when we dig in.
It's donut o'clock time!
Yeah, that's right.
Life is too sweet, have the dessert first?
I agree.
Thank you for being a part of our show.
No worries. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you coming here and trying my beautiful pillows of joy. One problem is yeast. Whoa, shit. Taking that?
I know, for the